Well, welcome back everybody to Rod and Velette, Living in the Dream, and this time we're in Kakadu. We're going to show you all the sorts of things that you see up there, the crocodiles, the rock art, the bird life, the billabongs, the waterfalls, swimming holes, and everything you need to know about Kakadu. We started our journey up at Humpty Doo, stopped a couple of nights at Bark Hut, went out to visit Shady Camp, and then made our way along to Jabiru. Now, from Jabiru, we stopped a couple of nights. We did a flight. We went out to see Kale's Crossing, Ubir Rock Art and Sunset, before making our way down into Kawinda. Kawinda, we did a Yellow Waters cruise. We saw Jim Jim Falls. We went out to Magook Gorge, and we finished up our trip at Pine Creek. Now, the Corroboree Billabong wetland tours, we did that from Bark Hut. Fantastic day. We did a lunch cruise. It cost us $115 for an adult, and it was really, really spectacular. The guy's knowledge is incredible. The things he shows you are incredible as well, and well worthwhile doing the Corroboree Billabong cruise. Well, the next day we took a drive. Only took us an hour to get up to Shady Camp. It's about 70 k's. No swimming, unfortunately, up there. And there's a few people doing some barra fishing up there. No one caught anything that we saw, but it was a good spot to see some crocs. And, yeah, there's some decent-sized ones up there as well. And you can see the fish swimming across the crossing. And, yeah, it was a pretty hot day up there, though. The girl reckons it's too bloody hot to stay outside. And I'm agreeing with her. I reckon it's time to go for an ice cream, love. What do you reckon?
Yeah, righto.
Yeah, good idea? Alright, we'll make it before the shop closes at 5 o'clock. Let's do it. So the next day we made our way up into Jabiru. Took us about an hour and a half, and we headed straight for the information centre. They've got some pretty cool indigenous artefacts up there. It's a very, very interesting spot. And these are the guys that know what to do, know where to go. So they pointed us off in the direction of a couple of billabongs and some rock art to see. So the next day we headed out and started discovering Kakadu. So we've come out today to Anbangbang Billabong, and the map says you can do a 2.5k walk around the billabong. The map doesn't say anything about being able to drive to the other side, which we've now discovered you can drive to and probably have a picnic lunch, but it's pretty good. There's magpie geese, there's ibis, there's obviously buffalo here because you can see where they've been. I don't know about crocodiles, but there's all sorts of other birds out there and a whole heap of white water lilies. It's a sign says there's crocodiles, yeah, so we're not staying anywhere near the water. But yeah, no, it's a nice spot, beautiful sandy sandstone outcrops. Actually a nice cool breeze today, so it's pretty good. Only about 31 degrees today at the moment. There is so much bird life here, it's just beautiful, and I should imagine earlier in the season it'd be even better. But there's red-tailed black cockatoos, magpie geese, whistling ducks, egrets, sulphur-crested cockatoos. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Just very, very peaceful. Egrets. Did I mention egrets? Very, very peaceful. What do you think, love? It is pretty nice, isn't it? We're actually thinking we might fly back up here one year just for the wet season and see what it's like, just to get the full spectacle of it all. It's a bit of a shelter, and there's some rock art all through here in Kakadu. It's part of the Anbangbang area with the lagoon. There's a whole lot of different rock art. They do have ranger talks, and we've just had a bit of a ranger talk about some of the art and some of the traditions, some of the stories. It's pretty interesting. So very cool too. In the middle of the day, it's nice and cool. The next day we're up bright and early and up and away with Kakadu Air, and we took a flight out over the Alligator River. I'm not sure whether it was the east or south. I'm pretty sure it was the South Alligator River, although it could have been the East Alligator River. Out along the wetlands, and it would have been pretty spectacular earlier in the season. We were there in August, so a little bit dry and not many birds around, but spectacular just the same. So yeah, if you're up that way, Jabiru, grab yourself a flight, fly out over the wetlands. Pretty spectacular. No trip up to this part of the world is complete without visiting Kakadu Crossing at least once. We did it twice. You can see the water's quite low. We got up there just before high tide, and as you can see here, the crocs are just lining up, waiting for a feed. A few guys there trying to catch a few barra. I don't know whether I'd be standing that close, but they were. We spotted around about 35 crocs that day. They sit there with their arms out. You can see this one sitting there with his arms out. What happens is a fish comes along and touches that arm and they just snap at that side. It's incredible watching these huge animals. Some of these guys are like 5.5 meters long, and they're catching barra, mostly mullet we saw catching, but yeah, incredible. It's safe up there if you want to go up and visit. There's a beautiful big viewing platform, but yeah, Kakadu Crossing. You got to go there at least once on high tide. So about 4 minutes up the road from Kakadu Crossing is the Abir rock art site. It's stunning. I never thought I'd get blown away by it, but I certainly did. It was just incredible to see this indigenous art like I've never seen anywhere before. After indigenous art, you wander through the pathway there, well marked, and it takes you up on top of this hill. A little bit of climbing involved, but the views at the end of it are spectacular. And as they say in the advertising, you'll never know if you never go. Well, the next stop was Kakadu Campground. From here we're going to do the Yellow Water Cruise. We're also going to do Jim Jim Falls and Maguk Gorge, or Barramundi Gorge they call it. Yeah, not a bad spot. Got a great pool. They've got a bar you can sit at. Yeah, Kakadu Campground. Not a bad spot. Well, we walked into Jim Jim Falls. It's taken us 2 hours to get in here. It's pretty spectacular. I should imagine it would be absolutely amazing if the falls were actually running. They're not running at the moment, which we knew they weren't. It's August, it's the end of August, so you know there is a pool here you can swim in. We did see some people swimming in there earlier on, but it's a bit green for my liking, so we're not going to do that. But I'll spin this camera around and you can have a look at the walls here. It's just spectacular. There's lots of rock hopping to get in here though. That's the one thing, but pretty spectacular. Letty's hiding over there in the shade where we had our lunch. It's the only bit of shade we could find, nestled up against the rocks under a little tiny tree. So yeah, she says she loves you all if she doesn't get out and someone finds this camera. But it's hot, but holy dooly, it is really impressive in here. Very impressive. We'll put some photos up.
It'd be better if you could swim.
It would be better if you could swim, but that's our fault. If we'd come earlier in the year, we would have been all right. So this is part of the track. It's probably the last 200 metres are like this, and that's what you're climbing over on the way to Jim Jim Falls. But the scenery around here is absolutely spectacular as you walk through. It's yeah, I'm loving it. Just beautiful. But like I said, the track can be that little bit challenging. And a little bit earlier in the year maybe it's a bit cooler, and it's also probably a little bit of water running, so you can actually have a swim. Yeah, impressive. Jim Jim Falls. That's 70 k's south of Jabiru, 50 k's dirt road in, and a little bit of four-wheel driving in the last section. Worth the drive though, definitely worth the drive.
Decided not to go through the deep hole there.
Magook Falls, the walk-in isn't quite as challenging as Jim Jim. Jim Jim had huge boulders you had to climb over, and Velette didn't take it real well. She wasn't real happy about that. It was pretty scary. It was pretty dangerous, but I wouldn't say don't do it. But Magook Falls, on the other hand, are absolutely spectacular. The walk-in's fantastic. When you get there, you're rewarded with a waterfall and this beautiful pool to swim in. Yeah, a lot of people there in August, and it had only just opened in August. Why? I don't know. Maybe because there was a lot of water on the road on the way in. The track was a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, I definitely put Magook Gorge, or Barramundi Gorge is another name, on the list of one of those places to see in Kakadu for sure. So we're up early the next morning and we're doing the yellow water sunrise cruise. Again, you can't miss this one. Cruising through the wetlands, seeing all the bird life, the crocodiles. Yeah, spectacular. I think it was only about $105 or something for an adult, so it was well worthwhile doing for sure. I saw birds I'd never even heard of, and the knowledge of the guide was just fantastic as well. From Corinda, we headed on down to Pine Creek. That was our last stop, and we stayed at the Lazy Lizard. The Lazy Lizard, you might meet the lizard. There he is on the table there. This is the inn, and the food there was pretty spectacular as well. It's all outdoors, no air conditioning. Great pool tables we can have a game of pool at, and then on the side of the Lazy Lizard Inn is a motor museum. The gentleman that owns the place has got all these cars in there, mostly Holdens that I could see, but there are some motorbikes there, well worth the visit. It's only a couple of bucks to get in, and well worth having a look at. Now the Lazy Lizard's got some very interesting amenity blocks, all done with kegs. Definitely worth the stop at the old Lazy Lizard. So, as per usual, Velette's decided that she needs to talk to some people, and she's spoken to these people, and they're really nice people, she said, and she's decided that she's going to look after their dog while they go to dinner. Just I don't know what she thinks about sometimes, but here we are. We're looking after this dog. What's the dog's name, love? Benny. Hello, Benny. Yeah, it's alright. We'll give you back in a little while. Hello, Benny. Say hello, Benny. Hey? Alright. Just another little adventure while we're on the... Actually, it looks like a Tasmanian tiger, love. Just another little adventure while we're on the road here. Loving life. Honey, off you go. You walk the dog. Bye, love. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Walking the dog. Loving it. I'll cook dinner. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got this far in the video, and hopefully you can hit that subscribe button if you like it. We'll catch you again somewhere on the road, and we'll be living in the dream.